Your Galaxy phone has been listening, and I don't mean in the creepy way.
Bixby has been quietly keeping track of what's in your photos, what's draining your battery, and what you tell it to remember.
Most people have no idea because we all did the same thing. Opened it once by accident, got annoyed, and never looked back. So here's the weird part. While you ignored it, Samsung went ahead and rebuilt the whole thing. And the new Bixby does stuff your phone couldn't do 6 months ago. I tested every single one of these myself. 3 of them genuinely caught me off guard. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Bixby can see, and the one command that lets it run your entire phone for you. The setup. Look, I get it. For years, Bixby was the assistant nobody wanted. You'd squeeze the side button, it would pop up at the worst possible moment, and you'd close it faster than a pop-up ad. But somewhere in the last few updates, Samsung stopped trying to make Bixby a copy of Google Assistant and started making it the thing that knows your phone better than you do. That's the real shift, and it's why this matters. Here's what I want you to do before we start. Don't just watch this. As I show each one, actually try it on your phone, because the first one is the one that convinced me. It found a photo in my gallery in about 3 seconds that I would have spent 10 minutes digging for. All right, let's get started. Feature number 1, it sees your photos. So here's what changed. Bixby doesn't just read the date on a photo anymore. It actually looks at what's in the picture. I've got some transaction receipts. I've taken maybe about 100 photos of them over the years. And good luck finding a specific one when they're all filed under camera. So I did something dumb simple. I said, "Hi Bixby, find a photo of receipts on my phone." 3 seconds. There they were. Then I got cocky and tried something harder. I said, "Hi Bixby, find a photo of passports on my phone." I have no idea when I took it, no idea where it's buried. Bixby pulled it up like it had been waiting for me to ask. The reason this feels like magic is that it's not searching file names, it's searching what's actually inside the image. So instead of scrolling through albums, you just describe the thing and it finds it. Feature number 2, it changes settings you can't find. Now this one is for everyone who's ever spent 20 minutes hunting for a toggle that doesn't seem to exist. You know how every Samsung update shuffles the settings around? They move things just to keep you confused. So instead of playing, "Where did they hide it now?" you just tell Bixby what you want and it does it, or drops you straight onto the right screen. I tested it with something I genuinely didn't know how to do. I said, "Show me the apps draining my phone battery so quickly." And instead of reading me a list from the internet, it opened up the actual battery settings on my phone and showed me what was eating it. You don't need to know where anything lives anymore. You just describe it. That's the whole trick. Feature number 3, it multitasks so you don't have to. All right, this is where Bixby stops being a voice assistant and starts being a personal assistant. It can chain commands. You don't have to say one thing, wait, then say the next. You can fire off a whole sequence and it just does it. I told it to open 2 apps in split screen at once, and it did. No tapping, no dragging, nothing. YouTube on top, something else underneath. And it'll send messages for you too. You dictate, it confirms the contact, it sends. Your phone basically runs itself while your hands are busy doing something else. Think about it. The whole point of an assistant is that it takes tasks off your plate, not just answers questions. This is the first time Bixby actually feels like it's doing that. All right, before I show you the next one, quick heads up. If you're getting value from this, tap that like button now, because the next feature is the one most people still don't know exists, and it might be the most useful thing in this entire video. Don't want you scrolling past it. Feature number 4, it logs your life without you lifting a finger. Okay, confession. I am terrible at food tracking. Every app wants you to manually search for what you ate, tap 100 buttons, and give up by day 3.
Bixby fixes exactly that. Because it talks directly to Samsung Health, you just say what you had, and it logs it. I said, I just drank a liter of water. Logged. Then I said what I ate for lunch, and it found the item and filed it away. No scrolling through a food database. This is the underrated one. Health tracking fails because it's tedious. Bixby removes the tedious part. That's the entire reason it works. Feature number 5. It makes calls without touching your phone. Here's the one that sounds too basic to matter, and somehow it's the feature most people never actually try. Telling Bixby to call someone, just call them. I'll be honest, I nearly skipped testing this one. Call my brother. Kevin Bro 2. That's it. It confirms the contact, it dials. No unlocking, no hunting through the contact list, no calling the wrong person. But here's where it stopped being a gimmick and became the thing I actually rely on. I was driving, phone in my pocket, both hands where they should be, and I needed to reach someone without taking my eyes off the road for even a second. I said the name. Bixby repeated it back so I knew it got the right person. Then it rang. My hands never moved. That's what a voice assistant is supposed to be, not tricks. The stuff that matters exactly when you can't stop and type. And this is the one Bixby gets right every single time. Feature number 6. It actually understands what you mean. This is the upgrade that separates old Bixby from new Bixby. Old Bixby just did a web search and read you the first result. New Bixby understands context. Here's what I threw at it. I didn't ask a simple question. I asked it to find me an apartment in a specific city with a gym and a pool, and then, in the same breath, tell me what rent runs and what extra costs to expect. It didn't just list apartments. It combined everything into one actual answer, like a person who understood what I was really trying to figure out. That's the difference between a search engine and an assistant. One spits out links, the other gives you an answer. Feature number 7. It remembers the conversation. And here's the thing that made me go, okay, they actually fixed it. You ask one question. Then you ask a follow-up, and it knows what you're talking about without you repeating yourself. I asked how to apply for a motorcycle license. Then I just said, how much does it cost? No motorcycle license in the second sentence. It connected the two because it was holding the whole conversation, not treating each line like a fresh search. That might sound small, but this is exactly what made every old assistant feel broken. You had to start from zero every single time. Now you don't. You can actually talk to it. Feature number 8. It plans your entire trip. Let's test something bigger. I said, plan me a family trip to UK. One sentence. And Bixby came back with attractions, things the kids would actually like, restaurants, shopping, a full starting point for an itinerary. Now, to be clear, it's not going to book your flights and pack your suitcase. But here's what it does do. It kills the blank page problem. The hardest part of planning anything is just getting the first draft down, and Bixby hands it to you in about 10 seconds. You take it from there. But you're no longer staring at an empty screen, wondering where to begin. Feature number 9, the one command that runs your phone. Okay, save the best for last. This is the command that made me sit up. Bixby can do a multi-step job, not one action, a whole chain from a single request. I asked it when a big event was happening, like when is the Premier League kicking off? Then I said, add it to my calendar and remind me a day before. It looked up the date, it put it on my calendar, and it set the reminder, all in one go. 3 separate tasks, 1 conversation. This is the moment Bixby stops being a gadget and becomes a thing that runs in the background of your life, quietly handling the stuff you'd forget. And that's the real story here. Bixby isn't a feature you should try. It's a system that's been rebuilt to carry tasks for you. So here's the recap, nice and fast. Bixby now sees what's in your photos, finds settings you can't, runs your multitasking, logs your health, answers like a person, remembers the conversation, plans trips, and chains tasks together. If you've ignored Bixby since 2019, I don't blame you. But that version of Bixby is gone. What's on your phone now is a different animal, and it's been waiting for you to notice. Try the first one right now. Go find a photo just by describing it. It takes 10 seconds, and I promise it's the moment you'll go, okay, I was wrong about this thing. If this helped, drop a comment and tell me which feature surprised you the most. I read every one. And if you want more on what's hiding in your Samsung settings, that video is right up next. Subscribe so you keep getting more videos like this. And thank you all for the massive support.